Hello, and welcome back to another CRM Today webinar. As always, my name is Vlad, and I'm joined by my colleague,
Kate. Hi, everyone.
And today we're going to be covering our 6th webinar in our CRM Today webinar series regarding CRM marketing. So let's get into it and see what we will talk about today.
Yeah, today's agenda is about preparing your customer relationship management system. What a long name. For your customer segmentation.
Exactly.
Yes.
And in that customer segmentation.
And your future marketing and advertisement campaigns.
Right.
Yeah, and today we also will want to emphasize that repeating sales is an effective way to spend your money on marketing.
100%.
Yes.
So we'll slowly get into it.
Yeah, during our previous sessions, we spoke how you can work in the CRM system with your current customers, and we worked with the scenario when you have a customer or you have a lead or deal and you process them through sales funnels, and therefore you improve your sales by, for example, calling them or finding deals on promotions that they like, and they're otherwise communicating with your clients, and therefore you improve your customer relationships. Today we are going to talk about how else you can fill your CRM database and how else it can serve you.
100%, and it's very important to, as you just noted, to when we start filling out that CRM database, that we do start with the right segmentation, right? And the right categories and the right fields. So once we fill all that out, we'll have that all in one place. Now, how can we make that easier for us? Well, we do that by dividing our clients into 3 different categories. Very simply.
Yeah, I think during the previous episode we spoke about that as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, let's recap that a bit.
Yeah, so you guys have probably seen this photo in front of you. So basically here in our 3 categories of clients, we have our target client that becomes a deal. Of course, that's going to be your best case scenario, that a client comes, buys, interested in whatever you're pitching to them, and of course, you close that deal. Next is going to be your target client that, of course, is maybe interested, but maybe you don't get them over the line. Maybe there's something that you cannot close the deal with, but yet you see that the client did refer to you. They are interested in what you are pitching. So maybe there might be something to work with down the line in that CRM.
But something goes wrong and they fail to purchase from you. And somehow they get out of the way of the in your sales funnel. And most of the businesses count them as a total failure and never get back to them. But it's a bit wrong, and we will talk about it later.
Exactly. We'll cover exactly why you can actually go back and retarget those clients and rework with them, and it'll actually be much cheaper than investing in new clients. And of course, the third category of client will be just a client that doesn't really touch base with you at all. Maybe it was a spam client. Maybe it was a client that, nothing worked out. Maybe the manager didn't like the relationship. Maybe the client didn't like the relationship. But remember, we don't want to throw away any of our clients because A, we've already invested time, we've invested resources into getting these clients into our database. So let's try to work with them as much as we can.
Yeah. And if we talk about CRM database of clients, we speak about our target clients, no matter if they failed their deal or they successfully purchased something.
Yes.
So target clients is everything that we have, and this is gold of our CRM system.
Yes.
And we need to treasure it, and we need to work with that by segmentation. And segmentation is the key of your business. And, well, let's face it, the wise man looks ahead, and you should think about your segments in advance. When you create your CRM cards, you should think about how you're going to divide your customers and what is the segments for your business and your industry.
Yes. And that all, again, wraps back to when you just set up your CRM from your first day.
Yes.
Those custom fields that you enter, when you enter them, how you enter them, this all reflects back to how you can then segment your audience or your clients from your CRM to basically give you a better marketing and advertising experience. So that's when we talk about segmentation, that's what we're referring to. We're referring to basically dividing and categorizing your customers and clients into special groups to where you can basically target them better, easier, and maybe it'll cost you a little bit less than if you were to target a brand new audience.
Indeed. And what you need to think about is what exactly you need to know about your clients. That might be some biographic or demographic needs. For example, male, female, age, income, location, and other simple things that might be crucial for your business. For example, if you're working in a pet store, you need to know what kind of pet they have.
Sure.
Maybe age, maybe is it experienced person or not. If you are a travel agency, what kind of, I don't know, visas do they have? What kind of trips they are interested in?
Yes.
And other things. Yeah.
So if we continue on here, we do understand that it is very important to segment correctly, but also understand that segmentation is the most important part of creating your CRM and to not just making basically calls and interacting with your clients, but to take your advertising and marketing to a brand new step.
Indeed.
And when we talk about the advertising and marketing, it could get a little bit overwhelming once in a while, but that's again, Bitrix24 is here to basically make it simple, easy, and the most effective way, so you don't have to throw in loads of money at the problem, but you can work with the things you do have already.
So what you're gonna do with CRM marketing in Bitrix? First of all, you can prompt your existing clients, the active client that you work with, to purchase from you by running the right marketing campaigns.
Yes.
Later, if you think that your customer base is not enough, you might find a segment that you find especially promising or especially successful or profiting, and ask robots to find people that looks or have the same interests as these particular people, and get a new people that are very likely to purchase from you and have probably the same interests that you can use.
That's a great point, Kate. And that's why when we talk about that marketing and the segmentation, here when you see on Facebook, a lot of us have tried marketing through Facebook, advertising through Facebook. It's a great tool. But the problem is you do waste a lot of money. It's basically like you're just shooting at an open sky. You don't really hit anything. So here it's important when you do segment that audience inside your CRM, you see what successful leads and deals you've had. You can talk to a manager, say maybe we can work on this demographic, maybe in this place. And then once you go into your Facebook ads and marketing, you can go ahead and target a more specific demographic of clients that will basically give you the best bang for your buck. And you kind of know you're not just wasting your money, but your money is going to a place of marketing where you're actually going to get a result from it. Most important part.
Yeah, it's still expensive to attract new customer. Instead, you can use the old one. Old clients are always cheaper than new ones.
And that's going to be a key phrase in this webinar for us. You're going to be hearing that a lot from us, that an old client is much cheaper than the new one. So
yeah, because when you spend time on attracting a new customer, you need to show them your brand. You need to share your history. You need to move them from the beginning of their journey to the point where they think you are their friend and you are better and faster, stronger than other competitors of yours. And you are worthy of their attention. And that takes a lot of resources and a lot of time to do. Therefore, when you use or retarget your previous audience, it means that you already spent that money, so you can use it again. And always it is cheaper because managers actually can sell to the client because they are familiar with their
history and everything about them.
Yeah, history and interests.
And that's why it's important here in our CRM, and why managers, sales managers rave about working with Bitrix, is because, again, you see the whole history of the client. How maybe you're a brand new sales manager, right? You come into a company, we often see this. Brand new sales manager comes into a company, they don't really have any deals, they don't really have any potential leads. So what does the sales team do? Well, they give them those leads and those deals and those customers that a lot of the other managers couldn't really work with. So once they introduce that new manager to all those deals, that new CRM, he gets to look through that database, he gets to see, okay, this client tried to work with this manager tried to work with this client, and he can't really find, anything positive to work with there. But again, at least you're starting from something that where you've already invested some dollars into. Now you're getting that money back, and again, you're having someone kind of go through your CRM, filtering out all the good and bad clients and seeing where you can actually sell something to a potential client in your CRM database.
Yes, and it's like recycling your clients.
Exactly.
So you squeeze all value that you possibly can from the same client. Yeah.
Yes.
And there are some things to consider when you do CRM marketing. Do you divide your audience correctly? Sometimes the beginners of marketing, they do segments and they have very shady understanding of what they can offer and what these segments interested in. And sometimes they can divide customers that look the same but have totally different interests because of the wrong segmentation.
Sure.
For example, people of 30 and 40, they probably the same age, but still, when you're 30, you have interest of more of the young people, while 40s already move a bit lean towards the senior segment. Sounds pretty same, but in reality, it's a bit different.
That's a very valid point there, Kay. I just want to add on to it here. Again, in our Bitrix24 CRM, your segmentation that Kate is saying to, it's not just you're saying, okay, I think this, I think that, I think this. Your segmentation comes from your CRM data. So this segmentation isn't just based on what you feel or think. This comes from analytical data of these are the clients who I sell to, and these are the clients who I can successfully sell to. So you're not just segmenting based on, hope or how you feel like. You're getting a segmentation based on analytical data from your CRM.
Yes. The next question you need to consider, are you sure you know what they really want? It is pretty similar with segmentation of audience, but this is about what you offer, and just don't make that up. Sometimes marketers think that, oh, I know what the teenagers want, but do you really? Do you really know? Sometimes it is important, well, most of the time, intuition can get you to the right place because intuition works for some reasons. But logical and scientific research is also important for marketing because you have some data establishment and basement that you can consider and process and therefore be more successful.
Exactly.
Facts can't be argued with.
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Yes. And do you spend your budget correctly? Sometimes marketers, especially the newbies, but even the most established one, they also tend to do the same thing, like hoping that one day you will find a segment or you find a group of people that is gold and you can dig them up. And if you spend the right amount of money, you will get them purchasing and purchasing. But in reality, no. Sometimes you just spend money more and more and more, and you do something wrong probably. And most of the time when you try new segments, that basically means you are spending money, and be prepared for that.
Yes.
Yes, and if your advertisement doesn't work, stop that. You don't need that empty hope that one day it will work.
Exactly.
It probably will not.
We don't want to hope, we want to know
when
that our advertising will work.
When you run experiments, you probably should focus and check that up. If it works, if it brings money back and it pays off, then you can run the campaign back and continue running it. As soon as it stops bringing money back, that means you're wasting money, and stop that practice because it will drain your budget. Yes, and now we are going to our CRM and showing that how it works in practice. As you can see, here's our air conditioning corp as usual,
Yes.
and our Kanban that we created during the previous episodes. Here is our sales funnels, and here is our customers. Right now, we're showing our company that works mostly with contacts, or, well, if you're a B2B business, your company probably has more companies than clients. And let's go to the first, well, any CRM deal. There we go. Here we can find our contact, Millie Bell, and we can find a history of all deals and interactions with her, pretty short. But here is our little bit of segmentation. For our webinar, we are not doing extremely such as sophisticated segmentation. We do just age and gender, and that's it.
Yes.
And that should be enough.
And again, remember, the segmentation, the categories that you do choose with your custom fields, remember, we're going to bring this all back together. So from the point you start your CRM, make sure this vital information regarding your business or your company or your clients, whatever it might be, this vital information will then help you segment and categorize your clients from your CRM to better sell to them. So don't enter stuff that you don't really care or need about your clients. Enter the most important data. And then if you kind of think, okay, I might not need this, but I do need this, then you can go ahead and add custom fields. But then remember, when you do the segmentation, you got to get back and add those custom fields to your segmentation that you want. So it's always to remember to bring everything back. And remember, this is how the CRM marketing will work. This is just the first step of it.
Yes, keep it consistent.
Exactly.
And here is just a reminder how to create fields. Here you can create fields for your segmentation as much as you want, as a string or list or date and time, maybe address and other things. I think it is very important to at least create a field that looks like, is she agreed to receive our marketing newsletters and material from our marketing campaigns? Because agreement in most of the countries is a legal requirement for receiving and marketing materials. And we will cover that when we go to our email newsletter thing.
Yes, it's like you said, the legal part of marketing also is covered inside Bitrix24, so you don't even have to worry about it.
So once you obtain your email from your customer, you probably should ask them in the same place, are they agree to receive what you want them to have.
And then you have a nice segment audience that can automatically receive all of your emails, all of your social media channel requests, everything that you want just by this little custom field saying, okay, I agree to all this stuff. So there, right away, you have a nice segmented CRM clients that are ready to receive all your marketing needs.
Yes, and it is essential sometimes, even if there is no proper legal requirements in your country, there is still a nice thing to do, to ask them, do they want marketing? Because sometimes you receive marketing and you get annoyed with the customer, with the company for their very insistent, aggressive marketing. And it doesn't give them a vibe so that you are positive and sharing. No, it works against you, and you should avoid them if it's possible, because any negative emotion that linked to your customer, that your company can be crucial when they choose between you and your competitors.
Especially if that's going to be your first entry point to a client, when you're just aggressively basically force-feeding stuff down their throat saying, buy this, look at this, buy this, and they haven't even made contact with you. So it kind of looks shady, it doesn't look professional, and that's why Bitrix24 just gets rid of all that, and we keep it legal inside of our CRM system.
Yes. And here in the marketing section, you can see every marketing tools that we have, or at least most of them. Email marketing. I think it's like the basic thing when you think about marketing, because I think you may think about billboards on the road and email marketing, email newsletters that you receive in your email.
Emails newsletters are like our new billboards, basically.
Yes. It's well, our templates are pretty simple and works with the same editor that is used with websites or knowledge bases and other.
Oh yeah, our industry-specific templates are great, beautiful, visually appealing, and the one thing, easy to use. Easy, simple.
Yes. Here you can use segments that already created, or you can create a new one and exclude some people from the list if you have any. And the subject line. From the point of view of marketer and a reader, you should think about it. Subject line always should be consistent with the content of your newsletter and be specific, because subject line matters a lot, and it actually affects the rates of how many people will open your newsletter. So experiment with that and be careful. You might even Google the stop list of words that used for new CRM marketing.
Because you do want to grab your client's attention. Imagine how many companies people are emailing them. You know, you've opened your email up. You've seen thousands of messages before. How are you going to stand out, essentially? How are you going to stand out? And with Bitrix24, we make it easy to stand out with these easy templates. You can then go ahead, as Kate said, research some of the best subject lines, maybe for your industry or company. And again, that will just take you a little bit further than your competition.
And do not lie to your customers. It is very annoying and very disappointing when you find an attractive subject line, you open it up, and you find some irrelevant garbage that you didn't come to. So do not lie. And also, if your subject line and contacts do not match, your newsletter might find their way to the spam box. Yes. So be consistent about it. Sending, you can also find, because we made integration with this email particular, we're going to use that one. But if you have several, you can actually choose some. I think our editor is pretty simple, and we will not play with that too much. Company name, picture boxes, text boxes. Important thing to consider is that if you're playing with lettering, be sure that it is still readable, because sometimes it is so horrible scripts that you can break your eyes with it.
Keep it simple when you're sending out your email letters. Just keep it very simple, black and white. Don't get too crazy on the colors, on the fonts. Keep it simple. Again, you want the content inside of the message. Of course, we understand you kind of want to get the attention, but then the content must match it. Like Kate said, don't lie to your clients. Don't put anything out there that you don't offer. Be true, be simple, be easy, and again, just be truthful to what you're offering, because the client, at the end of the day, if your product is good enough, will make the correct choice.
It is also important to consider why exactly you do the newsletter, and be consistent about it. If you want to tell your clients about promotion, tell about promotion. It is like the recipes that you Google, and there is a history of the dish from that particular country, and it's so annoying. I just want recipe. I don't need to read that, all of it. So be consistent about what you want to communicate to your customer and tell them straight away. There is literally no need for intriguing too much. And if you use pictures, be aware that sometimes some mailboxes do not read pictures and do not show them. So if you have any important information, you need to double it with text, not with pictures.
And test them out. Again, you don't want to send out, if you have a brand new segment, you have a brand new email letter that you want to send out to your clients, you don't want to send it out to them at first. Test it out. Get a colleague, get a friend, send it to their email, see if everything works technically inside. Like Kate said, maybe it's text, maybe it's picture, video, all formatting's there, and then send it out. Don't send everything at once right away without testing anything. Test it out, make sure everything is good.
Misspelling, wrong links, broken links, unworking buttons, wrong picture formats. It's all about the appearance, because marketing is about appearance, making your company look great. And if you can't have marketing straight, how it looks for your company brand.
As a consumer, you're not going to have any confidence inside of that company if they can't even get the technical things inside of their emails right.
How I will purchase a conditioner system if they can't even straight away the marketing.
Exactly.
And the one last thing to do is the legal requirement of unsubscribing. I know sometimes you want to keep your company database as big as possible so you can spread your newsletters as much as possible and get as many views as possible. But in truth, your clients have to have the opportunity, and quite easy one, to quit.
Yes, so
Yes.
that's why when we said all the legal matters regarding marketing is taken care of inside Bitrix24. As Kate just referred to, you do have the unsubscribe option anytime. Anytime you send out an email to a client, you have the option of unsubscribing from that email marketing.
Yes,
Then
and
you
that
have to
should work.
double agree to join the email marketing as well. So any legal side of marketing is already covered inside Bitrix24. No matter what country you're doing it in, from UK, from Europe to the United States, everything is going to be covered inside of Bitrix24, so no worries about that.
Yeah, we insist that in marketing, quality beats quantity 110%.
Yes.
Because if you care about every single email that they want this content, that it is relevant for them, that they still keep their interest in mind, the customers will love it. Every customer loves personalization, and if it's possible, if it is even better if your agents send newsletter directly to them with specifically picked promotions or
Yes.
discounts that, especially for that person, using honorifics, names, data, and other things. It is very important for customers to feel appreciated.
And we can't stress that enough. We see a lot of businesses nowadays, especially small businesses that are starting out, but they use the marketing techniques of huge companies, right? They send out all these crazy emails and they send out all this great marketing and stuff, but they don't concentrate on the clients which they do have inside their CRM that have bought from them, that have given them money. Instead, they kind of just use marketing, like you said, over quantity instead of quality.
Yes.
And that's why with Bitrix24, all the clients that you have inside of your database, like Kate said before, they're gold. So you got to keep on digging, and you got to keep on reminding them, and you got to kind of keep on working with them instead of just kind of throwing money out into the wind and hoping and praying that you're going to get a segment of audience that will actually buy your product.
Yes, and a bit more information. Here in the section, you can choose priority of your newsletter and even marking them with the parameters. Any attachments, any tracking email reads is especially important because that's how you understand that you're doing the right thing.
Yes.
Because later in the analytics, you can compare that, oh, this subject line didn't work well, while this one created many opening. While the other one, there were many opening, but no one actually purchased something from that one. So yes, it matters that you track what they do, and
Yes.
it's possible, yes.
And it's also here to notice, if you're seeing a lot of your email marketing is not working, maybe people are not even opening the emails up, then you might say there might be a problem where maybe all these email
Yes.
marketing and all these emails are going to spam.
Yes,
So
check
here
this
it's a
thing
good
as
way
well.
to see maybe there's a technical problem. Maybe you do have to switch servers from where you're sending the emails from as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, that feature, very helpful,
Yeah.
very useful.
Bitrix24 also has integration with such services as MailChimp.
Exactly.
So if you don't like the basic native services, you can also choose the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's go to other types of campaigns. If you have telephony integrated, you can use SMS campaigns, voice broadcasting, and audio calls. But as we do not have for our account, or at least not yet,
Yeah.
and probably will never be,
Yeah.
sorry, but we can do messengers. Messengers is about Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and other social networks. If you have some other open channels, you can do some little newsletters from there, and be aware that you can send your newsletters only to open active chats.
Right.
So if people wrote you first and you had conversation, therefore you can spam them as much as you want until they delete you though. but not earlier. It's not our making up, it's a legal requirement of the same concept.
That legal requirement, like we said earlier, Bitrix24 has you all covered. And when you are talking about your open channels, as Kay was saying before, only clients that have written to you first, that are interested in your product, can go ahead and contact you, and then you can go ahead and advertise and market to them. Again, this is our whole motto. Quality over quantity, right? These are the clients, automatically comes in, they write to you, that client goes into your CRM database. You know, if they're interested, then you can go ahead and work with them, sell to them, market to them, advertise to them.
Indeed. And we are going to that particular sentence that we did before, that about prompting your customer to spend more from you. And here is our Google AdWords integration and Facebook ads. Let's imagine that you're a client or you're working with a client, and for some reason they are not purchasing from you. Maybe they consider somebody else, or the price is too high, and you want to communicate with them, not to be annoying though, but you want to communicate with them that you have an offer for them, a promotion, or there is such thing that, or just show up that you are a cool, adult, mature company and strong as your competitors. Or just prompt them to thinking about your company, but to do it not the annoyingly, but some slightly
casually plant the seed. You know, you're casually planting the seed in their head. You don't want to be over aggressive with it, especially like you said, maybe they are interested in a competitor. So this is where Kate's going to kind of tell us about a lookalike audience, or maybe somehow we can work with that as well.
Yes. So when you do you can choose that segment of people with active deals that still struggle, and run them a special campaign that will show in their Google search or Facebook, and they will see name of your company, name of your brand, and they still see it. Even if you ignore the advert, you still see, and there is some kind of a thought in your mind that, oh, this company is actually cool or popular because they have advertisement where I do things in the universe. Yes, when I see it. And we have this kind of, I don't know, mentality maybe, that companies that do adverts in Google or Facebook are actually cool companies because they do their targeting right. They know your interests. They operate with such technologies that maybe that's impressive. So this is kind of a little way to show your customers that you're a cool company, and also maybe to tell them about promotions or about offers that they might apply. And they will think they're sneaky. They got a promotion from somebody else and put it like that. And Facebook Lookalike is about bringing new customers that look exactly like the old one, but new, something like that. We are not going to show it right now because it's not actually integrated enough. Well, we can, but it's not right now working, I guess, because, sorry, that's still live, and our company sometimes does this thing. Okay, Lookalike works, I think it works anonymously with between Bitrix24 and Facebook.
Yes.
So our CRM system tells Facebook, search these people, and they actually do.
Yes.
And they show adverts to people that look like the segment or the number of group of people that you submitted to the CRM. Yes. So it is beneficial to run, for example, campaigns for people that you feel that this audience is not enough developed, or you want to expand what you already have.
And the main thing is, this is going to save you a lot of money. This is the main thing. Your lookalike audience, you're already targeting people that are successful in buying your product, that have already bought the product, seen how the process goes, and our CRM go ahead and gives that data to Facebook, which then can go ahead in its algorithm basically give you the best percentage of getting a good client that will buy from you. Again, you're not just shooting up in the air and hoping, oh man, I hope this person will please buy my product. No, we're going to give you an audience from your CRM inside Bitrix24 that you can pass on to Facebook with a good, easy, simple integration. And then with that, you'll have success in getting a much more segmented audience that is willing to buy from you.
Yes, indeed. And right now we are going to our last step or feature that we want to show, and that is a sale boost. It is not especially targeted for your clients per se. It is for your agents.
Yes.
For example, you want to have kind of a tradition that your birthday people, birthday clients, they have 10% discount. And therefore, you might actually run a campaign for your audience, for your agents, that kind of warn them that this customer has birthday in 5 days. So you might contact them and offer them a maybe a discount, maybe a special offer.
We like to think of it as a strategic reminder, right?
Yes.
If you have clients that have bought from you, that you've been taking care of, that they've taken care of your company, you don't want to lose contact with them. And with the sales boost process, it basically gives it gives your sales agent more motivation and more information to when better sell to the right clients. So here, as Kate said,
like
it's
an
not
idea of prompting your agents to work with clients that already were serviced.
Yes.
And it is the main tool for your to prompt iterated sales.
Yes, and personalization as well, because that client, like if Kate, again, is a manager that wants to send out a happy birthday, email or a happy birthday message to one of their clients, that personalization to that client is going to go such a long way. They're going to say, I'm not just 1 out of a million in the CRM database, but they're going to say, okay, Kate contacted me, wished me a happy birthday, and gave me 10% off my next purchase. Why wouldn't they come back to you? Because A, you've marketed to them very nicely, and you're helpful with them, you help them save money, and again, you're providing a service or product that they love and have already bought and used.
Yes, and right now I'm showing how to actually start the sales booster, and let's do an idea that clients with the lost deals, it's a standard segment for our CRM.
Yes.
Let's do that, let's do an assumption that people that didn't buy from us did it because the price was too high.
Yeah,
right
sure.
now we have at that point we couldn't afford to give them a discount, but now we have, maybe we get bigger as a company, and now we can afford 10% discount, and we can poke our previously failed customers. Maybe they still have interest, but now we can offer them something new.
100%.
Yes.
And how many times do you just kind of pass through those clients where, oh, we've lost them, we'll never get them back, whatever. This is a great way to say, all right, as Kate said, poke them, touch them a little bit, say, hey, I remember it didn't work out the first time, but here's a little 10% off, maybe 20% off, maybe come back, talk to us again, maybe we can offer you something that you do like and you'll continue to work with us in the future.
Yes. And here we go. We create a new deal for every inactive client that we previously had, and we say to the agent, this is message to the agent, that poke this guy with 10% discount, maybe it will work, and choosing a pipeline where these newly created deals will land, and that will be inquiry, the standard of sales funnel for everyone.
Yeah.
And let's start it up.
And just like you just saw, in a couple of clicks, couple of seconds, you're going to have a fully segmented audience that's ready to be getting sold to. So whatever that might be, like we're right now going to be offering a little 10% off to our clients that maybe it didn't work out with in the first couple of times that we tried selling with them. And just a couple of clicks, you have a whole audience that's segmented and ready to get sent 10% to that, you don't know, might come back and might buy something from you.
Yes.
It's worth the try.
Yeah, and now Poking Prompt is ready to go, and we need to choose when they start. We can choose it now or later, or schedule a special day, or just run it daily. So every day when new failed customers appear, we might actually create a new deal and kind of catch them
Yeah.
and offer them a new discount.
You might have a whole sales team that's ready to work with clients maybe that didn't buy the first time, right? Maybe they work better, maybe they talk better,
Yeah.
maybe clients like them a little bit more. So maybe you can move these
Yeah.
clients to those managers, right?
Yeah.
That kind of specialize in the
Yes.
human contact
Yes.
and that good stuff. So that's a good way to kind of categorize, segment that audience, give it to a section of your company, say, listen, can you work on this audience? Can you work on these clients? Because maybe there is potential and you've already spent the money for it, so why not try something and get something out of it potentially?
And by choosing the responsible person, that would be I, because I'm the only one who works in this company. I know. So right now we are sending it off, and let's have a check. Sales booster should work because I choose the now time, and here in the sales boost we see that our poking prompt completed their program, and we already see that there is 27 new messages while used to be 22 only. And there is it. Poke this guy with 10% discount, and we have new deals.
Yeah.
There is people that's failed to purchase something from us, and now we can go to the deal and see what is used to have. They already created a deal, and we can find, if we go to the contact, we can find their previous history of interactions in case you need one.
And so we can't stress enough as a sales manager how helpful this is.
Yes.
Like Kate said, the name of this marketing is called Sales Boost, but it's more for your managers. Because these automatic reminders that go in, or maybe you're, like I said, maybe you have a whole team that's responsible for helping get back some clients. I cannot stress enough how helpful this is, how easy it is, and all of this is automated. So you don't have to go through manager by manager, client by client, adding all these tasks and adding all these reminders. You choose that selected audience, you segment it, and then you have a manager work on those deals to finally close and sell something.
Yes. And right now in the history of interaction, we see that this particular client wanted something like turbo, and it had a call. And if we go deeper in the deal, we can see the history and might be even see the comments of previous agents that worked with the client, or where exactly they failed. So if we choose where they failed, maybe we can find the reason and fix it. Oh, sorry. And right now, as an agent that's responsible for this deal, for example, I need to choose a way to poke this guy, and maybe I will do a call, or maybe I will send him a message with a communication channel that he used previously, and ask him if it's okay to have a 10% discount.
Yeah, and maybe we fixed that issue that he wasn't happy with, right? Maybe he needs the turbo. Maybe we now offer the turbo.
Yes.
The manager calls him, said, listen, we do offer this model now, and the client's happy. And on top of that, he gives him a 10% off to buy that as well. So everybody wins, everybody's happy.
Yes, and let's pretend that we called him and he agreed. And right now, this guy is back to our active selling process and will be processed as other active deals. And we can work with it, while earlier we would just lose it and drop it.
Yeah,
because,
or just not even give any attention to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes CRM can add you work, but it is for good. It is for good sometimes.
So guys, we did cover a lot of stuff here in this webinar, but we do want to touch base back on these email marketing, right?
Yes.
Because legally, there is a lot of things going on with that. So that's why we want to tell you that when you do use of our marketing tools, advertising tools inside Bitrix24, legally everything is okay. You don't have to worry about it. Anytime you send out an email, anytime you send out a chat via channel, everything is under the legal guidelines and you are okay. You are not harassing your client. Everything is done by the book and inside Bitrix24. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, but still consider what is considered right for your company, and that is, do you need consent before you send the first newsletter? How you obtain your email in the first place? Do you buy from the third company? Because sometimes it's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
And other things to consider. Do they consent, and how they want to opt out? Can they do that? And determine, let's get further, determine the purpose of newsletter. Be consistent and write to that point straight away. Structure your templates exactly to show what you need to show. Yeah, be consistent about it.
100%.
Subject line matters, and we already discussed that, but again, do not lie about the subject line, and your subject line should exactly be as your email claims it has. If you say promotion, give that promotion. If not, well, you might get in trouble with disappointed client. And wording affects the opening rates. So play with that. Experimenting is basically a basement of marketing.
Yeah. And keep an eye on the opening rates as well, because they will tell you a lot about your email marketing and how it works.
Yeah. And don't forget to check about technical details, lettering, design, misspelling, correcting links, buttons, clicks, device view. Device view is also important because sometimes pictures that work on the computer do not work with mobile phone.
100%.
And if we go to the our to our portal, we go to email campaign, we actually can see the preview here. Sorry, I forgot to show you, but we can actually see how the picture works with tablet, desktop, or phone.
Exactly.
And it is extremely useful when you work with campaigns.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Again, guys, and in
Yes.
conclusion, we did cover a lot here, but remember, we want to show you how you can use Bitrix24 marketing and advertising from your CRM, right? How you can divide your clients that you already have into 3 simple categories that will later help you segment your audience. Of course, then we showed you a little bit how the automation, robots, and the CRM system all works inside of Bitrix24. Then we covered a little bit of how to keep in touch with your clients and how you can do it legally, right? When you're not offering, you're not harassing anybody. And of course, we showed you how to initiate repeat sales so your managers can better sell and sell your product to the clients that really need it and want it.
Indeed.
And that brings our CRM Today webinar number 6 to an end.
Yes, was it helpful? Leave us a comment, drop a like, and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
And see you next time soon, maybe.
Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, bye, cheers.